And they were right. The sellout crowd tonight is a testament to the love and appreciation that so many others have for them. And we thank you for being here to show them how very much their dedication to ARI and the Stanford community is appreciated. Tonight, we will be presenting our honorees with a plaque and a custom-designed glass heart that was created specifically for this event to signify their heart of a champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be inspired as we introduce our first honoree of the night, the amazing Eden Huang. Eden's journey with ARI started in much the same way that it did with all the other organizations she volunteers with, in her professional role as Stanford Health Department Inspector. Once she caught wind of our mission, there was no turning back. In 2014, she dove headfirst into volunteering at the ARI Walk for Independence, and from there, it was a snowball effect, hitting the Lockstein Martin Golf Tournament and the Fall Ball. 2 years ago, she amped it up and joined the Walk Committee, proving that there's no stopping her when it comes to giving back. She is at every dinner and dance party we host for our consumers, with her positive attitude, big smile, endless energy, and commitment to ensuring that everyone has a great time. I personally had the pleasure of meeting Eden over 4 years ago at a Chinese New Year dinner celebration. We clicked instantly, and she found out that I had recently retired, which led her to pitch about volunteering. Little did I know that it would lead me to become part of the ARI family, first as a volunteer, board member, and then vice chairman, and shortly after, chairman. Eden, you have a knack for pulling people into your vortex of giving. And I'm grateful for the journey that you set me on. But Eden's magic doesn't stop there. She's like a community connector extraordinaire, bringing together organizations and individuals across Stanford, from recruiting health department employees to UAW members, and even reaching out to her network for donations. Eden makes connecting the dots of compassion in our community. Let me illustrate this with one shining example. Eden introduced us to the fantastic Beth Crow, who is here with us tonight. Since 2016, Beth has been like our very own Santa Claus, coordinating donations, the drives at her office, and rallying her co-workers to fund holiday celebrations for the individuals in our in-home supports program. It's like she waved her magic wand and made the holidays extra special for the people we serve. Beth, you're a true holiday hero, and we can't thank you enough for being part of this heartwarming story of connection and kindness that Eden has woven for us. Eden volunteers for so many organizations. I don't know how she has the time. You can find 18 different organizations listed in tonight's programs that Eden is involved with, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are even more. From Stanford Hospital to the UAW Local 2377, from the Palace Theater to the Parent Leadership Training Institute, she covers a vast array of nonprofits with missions that touch the lives of people from every walk of life, from babies to seniors. And she's not just involved, she's passionately committed to each one of them. So tonight, we're not just honoring Eden for her compassion, selflessness, and commitment to social justice. We're celebrating the unstoppable force for good that she is. Eden, Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you do for ARI and the greater Stanford community. You truly have the heart of a champion.
I'm truly humbled and honored to receive this recognition tonight, which is also shared with all of you who love and support ARI. I also would like to congratulate the esteemed Paul McCarry and the Friends of ARI for all that you have done diligently to support ARI all these years. Volunteering for ARI is always a sheer pleasure because staff are always hands on deck, wonderful volunteers who are so dedicated and clients so appreciative. I want to also give a shout out to my husband, Jing Tai, because he's my biggest support and always understanding of my workload and my love of volunteering. He's my strength and inspiration, and he's gone through a lot of medical stuff that I'm glad that he's still with us. And my children, Jade and Elise, and they know I drive them to everything I do. So they've come up to be great people, and I think the kindness and compassion that we share with our children will really go through with their life because we showed them the proper way. Thank you so much.
Our next honoree group is comprised of the last board members of Friends of ARI. Friends was founded in 1998 to raise funds for the benefit of the consumers of ARI and other organizations in Stanford serving people with developmental disabilities. To increase their impact, they purchased a small apartment building to help ensure housing for individuals served by ARI. Over the years, Friends provided very generous grants to ARI, mostly to fund necessary capital projects and purchases. They helped us make sure that our buildings were safe and accessible, and we had vehicles to keep everyone out and about in the community. In July of 2022, after selling the Minor Place apartment building, it was time for Friends to discontinue their operations. They donated the balance of their funds to ARI, and these funds will be used over many years for event sponsorships and capital improvements. The impact of Friends of ARI for the benefit of the individuals we serve will continue for decades as a result of their generous gift. But their contributions to ARI go well beyond their financial support. What is truly amazing is that the names of the directors of Friends of ARI that is on their certificate of incorporation that was signed in 1995 are Paul McCarry, Philip Molstreet, and Edward Grinelli. That was 30 years ago. Pretty impressive for a group of guys who look and act like they are only in their 40s. And they have remained involved in actively supporting ARI for all of these years. That is why we are honoring them tonight. So let me tell you a bit about these three incredible men. Before serving on the Friends of ARI board, they served on the ARI board. So their service for ARI started many more than 30 years ago. Paul McCarry was the last chairman of Friends of ARI. He joined the ARI board in the late 1980s. He loves to tell the story of how he got here. He was working at Pitney Bowes for just 1 year and receiving his performance evaluation from his boss, Ziggy Zakowski, who was serving on the ARI board at that time. During his performance review, Ziggy asked Paul to consider serving on the board. How can Paul say no to his boss during his performance evaluation? What a brilliant strategy. We appreciate Ziggy, who is here tonight, for his service to ARI and for sending Paul to us, and for Pitney Bowes for being such a vital part of the ARI family. I don't know many people who work as hard on behalf of others as Paul McCary. When Friends purchased the Minor Place apartment building, he essentially became the volunteer facility manager. Who in their right mind would do that job as a volunteer? Paul McCary. Paul currently serves as the Chief Volunteer Officer of the Stanford YMCA and is a dedicated member of St. Leo's Church. He's an incredible networker. It isn't unusual for me to get a call from Paul with a connection that he has made that could benefit ARI, or with a question or favor that I or ARI can do to help someone else in the community. One more thing about Paul, which is incredibly unique. Before Ziggy recruited him to our board, Paul had no connection with people with developmental disabilities. No family member or friend, no stated passion or concern for the population. But once he joined us, he was hooked for a lifetime, and he remains a supporter and true champion. Phil Molstry was the chairman of the ARI board from 1996 to 1998. Of course, he served on the board for several years before that, and after serving as chair at ARI, he continued his support on the Friends of ARI board. Phil left Friends for several years, but he couldn't stay away. He rejoined the board in 2016 and remained a member until they discontinued operation. Phil lives in Florida for a good part of the year now, but he's always sure to schedule trips to Connecticut when ARI events are happening. Whether teeing off at the ARI golf tournament or hitting the dance floor at the fall ball, Phil is with us whenever possible and continues to support us any way he can. Ed Grinelli was the chairman of the ARI board from 2000 to 2002. He too served several years on the board before that, and on the Friends of ARI before and after that. He chaired the Lockstein Martin Golf Tournament for many years and has continued to play in the tournament every year. He still helps with the planning of the event and makes sure to bring friends and families out for golf. It's a family affair at the Grinelli household. Ed's wife, Kathy, is currently serving on the Fall Ball Committee. Both of them will do anything for our organization. All we need to do is ask. As many of you know, the Locksteins are one of the founding families of ARI. They started the legacy back in 1952, which continues on today. While neither Phil nor Ed are Locksteins by birth, they both married into the Lockstein family, and that's how they got involved with our organization. But not everyone who marries into family embraces all that that family is passionate about. Phil and Ed are just extraordinary guys, and we are so thankful to their wives, Jane and Kathy, for marrying them into the ARI family. Unfortunately, Paul is unable to be with us tonight, but he is where he needs to be, taking incredible care of his wife, who is currently ill. And we know that he is here in spirit. Will Paul's brother Frank, Phil, and Ed please come up? To recognize these three extraordinary men for their incredible devotion to the mission of ARI and their exceptional leadership for so many years. You all have the heart of a champion.
bit to the right. Thank you.
Hi everybody. Paul asked me to express to all of you his heartfelt thanks for this award tonight. And to let you know how much he really wanted to be here in person to see all of you. Paul was brought up and taught to believe that to whom much is given, much will be required. If you have been blessed, it is expected that we benefit others. First, Paul wants to express his thanks to the committee for putting this evening together. Every year, this committee seems to find a way to top the previous year's fall ball, and they did it again this year, and he wishes to congratulate you. Paul would also, yes, I think you should. Paul would also like to express his thanks to Peggy Bowes for their 60-plus years of unwavering support to ARI. He is appreciative and proud to work for a company that allows employees to combine their passion within their communities with company support. Paul also wants to acknowledge the Stanford YMCA for being in attendance this evening, another organization providing critical services to our community. And Paul, yes. He would also like to recognize what he calls the infamous Pizza Sauce Committee and Fair Committee of St. Leo's Parish.
Pizza sauce.
Mario, I can't believe you made me say that. Every year they work diligently to provide a highlight community event for the city. But Paul also has a few words for the ARI staff. And in Paul's words he says, "While it has been a labor of love for me to serve this organization, you are the ones we honor tonight." You are the ones providing services to our clients 24/7, no holidays, no days off. And you do it all with skill and talent, but most of all, with compassion. Thank you. But the one thing I will always remember about ARI is how the families of our clients allowed me, a stranger, to enter into your families, to your homes, and your communities. I will never forget your trust and allowing me to receive so many blessings from all of you over these past many years. So thank you so much. In closing, Paul would like to end with a quote from the American philosopher par excellence, Charlie Brown, of Peanuts fame. "I thank you from the bottom of my feet, because the bottom of my heart just isn't deep enough."
Thank you, Frank. Before we finish with Friends of ARI, I'd like to ask two other champions of ARI and past members of the Friends of ARI board to join me and be recognized.